What's up guys, SP Architects here. Today we are going to continue our fourth lesson. We are going to learn how to create columns, beams, and I will show you how to edit your walls and actually organizing them. We will learn how to intersect them, how to trim, and I will show you a couple of more commands. Alright, let's get started. First of all, in the left of the window you will see this design menu. And as you can see here, we can place walls, columns, and beams. When we click column tool, you will see more options. And actually, each option is the same with others. So you can change your starting elevation and elevation. You can change its direction or edit them after, or you can change its settings. For instance, as you can see, for the geometry method, we have selected the simple, or you can make it 2 clicks or rotate it. They're very simple. First, if you click simple, if you click here, and it will immediately create your column. And if you select the second one, you will select 2 points. First, the starting point, and second, the finishing point. And as you can guess, it's going to be a sloped column. But we cannot see the whole column because we see the intersection point where your eye level is C. But if you select your column, you will see the whole column. You can change its visibility from its settings by clicking Ctrl plus T from the floor plan and section part right here. And for the last one, we can place rotated. First, we will click the starting, and secondly, we can rotate before placing it. That's it. It's very simple, but of course, you can select your column and you can just rotate it by right clicking, move, and you can click the rotate. Or you can just use your shortcut. I've changed it to Ctrl plus E. Just like this. First we will hit Ctrl plus E or any shortcut you determine. After that you will select your rotating point. For instance, this point. You will click your reference point line such as this, and you can rotate. And second, last, you can finish. As talking about building materials, you can change it from this structure. You can make it iron or other elements. If you click this structure menu, you can change it to circular, and you can change its cross size from this input box. Now it's 30 centimeters. I'm going to make it 40 centimeters, for instance. And after that, I can add veneer icon. As you can see, the veneer is 10 centimeters. You can make this 2, and you can determine your veneer as core, finish, and other. Actually, selecting this finish will be more meaningful. And with this icon, you can change the building material of the veneer part. And you will see the edge will be immediately changed. If you can't see clearly, you can go back to the view menu. From on-screen view options, you can just uncheck this true light weight to see it better. You can remove this cross line. If you click your column, you go to settings, and from the floor plan and section, you will see from the bottom list, you can use cover, or from the symbol type, you can just uncheck the crosshair with plane. In order to change the height of the column, you can change these values. You can select top and bottom offset. It's now from the ground floor, from here to first story below 20 centimeters. If we go to ground floor or any other story and click settings, our floor height is 3 meters and 50 centimeters minus 20 is 330 centimeters for your column height. You can check it from here under the column segment, 330. By changing this value, for instance 0, is going to be equal with your floor height. And now top link to first, you can change it to second or other stories, or you can just click not link, and after that you can input your height, a constant value, for instance 4 meters, just like this. And here we can see the preview of the column. If you go to segment, you can add more segments for your column. To do it, we will just click this multi-segmented and we will add a couple of segments, and you can click each segment and change its size. Now it works with the percent, 25%, or you can input a fixed height. For instance, I want this to be 1 meter. I want this to be 1 meter. And this is going to be 2 meters at the total. 211 is equal 4 meters. And of course, for each segment, you can change their building elements from this and their linear settings. Or as we did before for the walls, you can just override surfaces and paint your columns. Also, beams work with the same as columns. I'm going to click beam, and first I will click my first destination and click my second destination. Or before clicking, I can just input a value, for instance 2 meters, just like this. And if we select our beam, we will see its reference line. You can change its reference line from here. You can think this is a section, so this reference line is located at the top of this beam. If you click this reference line, you can modify it as line. You can turn it to curve. I want to continue from this tangent, so I'm going to click this edit segment using tangent, and this part will be completely smooth. After that, I'm going to duplicate this column, right click, move, and I'm gonna click drag and copy and paste here. For the height, it's going to be located from the ground 0 from home story 0. Beams works a bit different. If you place them on your ground floor, its home story will be placed as first story, and from the first story its offset is 0. So you can think this reference line is equal to your first story level, which is 350. I'm going to click our columns, and after that I'm going to column segment, and I'm going to remove all of this. After that I'm going to change this percent, and then I'm going to select first story and click minus, and you will see this point and this point are intersected at the same point. And also you can realize that using the same building material creates a complete transition and works as their unique. You can see any intersection line between the beam and column. So this will affect your elevations and sections. Well, if you want to add veneer for your beams, it won't work as columns. Unfortunately, if you want to add veneer, you have to select your beams, and from the structure, you will have to click this complex profile, but you need to sketch a profile before using that. We are going to learn this later, but here we have an example. This generic beam, and for this generic beam, there is already applied a veneer level and layer. Of course, you can switch back to the circular or rectangular and change its building material and element. Let's switch back to the floor plan, and I will show you how to edit your walls. For instance, I'm going to hit Alt and click this wall, and I'm going to copy that wall. And I'm going to create another. I will hit Escape, and you will see the arrow tool appeared, or you can click this arrow. I'm going to click this wall, and after that I'm going to hit Shift and gonna click my second wall. After that, from this list, I'm going to click this intersect. That's it. Of course, you can use shortcuts. My shortcut is Ctrl+W. If you want to add your shortcuts, you will need to go to Options, Project Preferences, or your environment, and you will click this keyboard shortcuts and edit your shortcuts from this list. Now, after clicking walls, I can click this point, and after that, I can make it to fillet and chamfer. I can select both. I will input a value here, for instance, 100 centimeters, and I'm gonna click OK. And here you will see a smooth, curved, circular wall will be placed. Let's create another wall and intersect them. And after that, I'm going to hit Ctrl and click this part. You will see it will trim. Ctrl works for your computer also. It's the default setting. After that, I'm going to place another here, maybe. And I'm going to click arrow, click the wall, and I'm going to click adjust. After that, I'm going to click this. It will work as extend command in AutoCAD. For instance, I want to resize these walls. So I will select all of the walls, and after that I will select this resize. The shortcut is Ctrl+K. You can see it from here. And here you will see a list. If you uncheck this define graphically, you can input value here. If you make this 100, it's going to be same with this. Nothing will be changed, but I want to add this value, for instance, 110. It will be applied like this. Also, resize effects we have, and you can choose one of these: wall, column, and beam thickness, library parts, and others. It depends your project settings, but I think it mustn't affect the wall and column thickness. Once I've decided these settings, I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to click somewhere for pivot point, just like this. If we go back to the resize, this time I'm going to click define graphically. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click this corner, and I'm going to click the second corner, for instance here. After that, I want this segment to be, I don't know, 100, 1000, and 200 centimeters. I'm going to click enter, and you will see, let's move it here. I'm going to hit the M from here to here. Going to be my distance. I think I misclicked. here, but it isn't important. Pick the true point. Alright guys, this was all for this lesson. In the next part, we will learn moving commands, how to work DWG files, worksheets, and layers. Until next time, have a nice day. Bye.